And I just want to take this moment to apologize to absolutely nobody. $58,000 on the day, shorting this overvalued piece of crap company, SMCI. This short, again, my LPP team got to see it happen. We talked about it yesterday. Again, I made a video yesterday talking about SMCI. I talked about that, hey, last time that it pushed up this much, it ended up getting rejected and it sold off and crashed 25%. We ran up and it was just running up because of what was going on with NVDA. Nothing to do with SMCI. SMCI is an overvalued AI bubble company. Like there's nothing else to it. People thought that, Ricky, like, how dare you talk about? I feel like people think that I was like being disrespectful to them. I don't know about you, but you're not the owner of this company. Just because you own 5 shares is irrelevant, right? My job here on YouTube is I like to share my opinion. And at the end of the day, that's all it is. But when I see based off of history that a stock rallies very aggressively and then it crashes 25 to 30%, I'm not sugarcoating this. Like from 1,000, it sold off and it sold off 34%. My job is to look out for the beginners that are being convinced that this is going to continue to run up. I don't know about you, but SMCI used to trade at $200 just a few months ago. Now it's trading at $1,000. And it's all because of the AI hype and AI bubble. I mean, there's even articles coming out now talking about this AI bubble because there is a lot of hype behind it. Now, again, I personally do believe that we are barely scratching the surface with AI. But when I see companies like this that are piggybacking off of the hype of something else like NVIDIA is actually doing things. And even then, it could be an overreaction, right? But NVIDIA is actually doing things. They are, exceeding expectation. They've earned the ground, in my opinion, to be overhyped and overvalued potentially, right? Because they are actually the juggernaut when it comes down to AI. This piece of crap company, I laugh at it. And it's hilarious to me that like people try to convince themselves not to lock in profits when they are up an insane amount. Like that is the wild thing. So I made a video yesterday talking about, hey, I'm getting ready to short. Feel free to check it out. I talked about what I'm looking for, what I'm waiting for. I didn't say that I needed to short it right then and there, but that I was waiting for confirmation of a sell-off, and then I will short the crap out of that piece of crap company. That's exactly what we did today. I want to show you the range because it grew to almost $1,000 per share. I think it was $9.95, and it sold off to lows of $8.26. 16.9% is what it lost within, what is that, 2.5 hours? My job here on YouTube is just to make beginners aware of the risk. So if I'm going long on something, I'm going to talk about the good, but I'm also going to talk about the bad. The thing that really bothers me is when these Reddit traders or these people that get offended like they feel like they own this company just want to talk about all of the good. Ricky, why are you bringing up some of the negative? Why are you talking about it potentially pulling on back? Because that is what beginners don't think about. Because I know when I first got started, I wish people made me more aware of the risk involved with overhyped companies. Even if you don't think it's overvalued, I think that we can all agree that it's overhyped. And it's a catalyst event, right? Because it reported earnings, NVIDIA. This thing overreacted more than NVIDIA, and all I waited was for confirmation. So when people talk about what is your edge when it comes down to trading, my edge recently has been identifying overhyped companies that Reddit traders love to target and that refuse to sell because they're greedy. And once I get confirmation that it's actively selling off, I short the crap out of it. And I'm not here to sugarcoat this. I short, and my account size is over $500,000. So I did not make $58,000 with a $5,000 account. I'm not here to make it seem like, oh, like I'm an amazing trader. It's not about that. My thing is, I talked about an opportunity yesterday before it happened. It was just an idea. I talked about the criteria that needed to be met today. That criteria was met, and I took action. I sized into my position, and then I locked in profits early, and I did it with 600 shares short on this piece of crap company. And that's the beautiful thing about trading, is that you get to decide what you choose to trade and how you choose to trade it. And I mean, we kept it very simple within my live trading session. They got to see the thought process behind it. We answered some great questions. And again, they get to see all of my good days and all of my bad days. But I also want to highlight this. Yesterday was a great example, right, of how and why direction is so valuable when it comes down to trading. Because yesterday, this stock was an impossible stock to short. Not impossible, but it was a very challenging stock to short. Today, this was a very easy stock to short. And only one thing changed, and that is market direction. So this is just to highlight, after all said and done, who cares about SMCI? Who cares about my trade? But the only difference that led to a successful, very successful short position or trade is because I focused on one thing, and that is market direction. That is the only criteria that changed. So anytime that you see that you are having a challenging time trading, that's my daughter in the background. But anytime that you see yourself having a challenging time trading, this is just a reminder. Ask yourself, is direction in your favor? Is it truly in your favor? Or are you trading against the market direction? Or is market still consolidating? And look at that. SMCI is still selling off. And this thing can still crash. I mean, if you look at it on the 1 hour time frame, we're still not even at the moving average. And this is just the beginning. I really believe that, in a few months, we can see SMCI back at $400 a share. But we'll just have to follow up. I love that I was able to talk about this in advance, because if you watch yesterday's video, people were so offended that I presented an idea, an opinion about shorting an AI company that, in my opinion, was overvalued. And I would love to see which one of them today is up $58,000. Again, all I ever tried to encourage beginners to do is to look out for them. Be selfish. Like, I want to encourage that. This is not a movement. This isn't the AMC BS. This is where you need to be selfish. You need to look out for your future self. And that's what I try to do with our beginners, to encourage them to look out for themselves. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing. Focus on yourself. Build healthy habits and make sure that if you have red days, they're inevitable, they're going to happen, that you learn how to manage them. And that's all I try to do, to encourage people to, hey, be aware that we're overbought. Don't be afraid to lock in profits. And if there's signs of reversal based off previous patterns, it sold off and it crashed pretty hard. Be aware of that. And hopefully at least it shed some light for some of you that you're able to identify and see that same resistance and maybe locked in profit. So today you didn't get absolutely sideswiped. But other than that, again, I'll see you guys for our live trading session. I trade live every morning. You get to see my entries. You get to see my exits. And I do it with one team. It's not free. It is 50% off right now. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access, and it's my LPP team. It's the second link in the description down below. It's designed for complete beginners. And again, if you have any questions either before sign up, comment down below, and I'd love to answer your question. Also, don't forget, we're giving away a Corvette C8, and right now we are running a prize week, which means every order gets a prize placed today. So if you want to check that out, that's the fourth link in the description down below, or head on over to shoptechbuds.com and enter before it's too late. I hope that earned your thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.